Welcome everyone to the Comic Couch Review. Today we're talking about the newest episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I'm JamesMan, and today I'm here with JillyMcBeam.
Good day, loyal viewers.
Hope you're all having a wonderful day as we talk about an interesting episode, an interesting next step in the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. world. A couple of characters got reintroduced, and another one was saved. So, what did you think of the episode, Jilly?
I really enjoyed it. This season is just, in my opinion, just starting off really strong.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of glad they didn't drag the Simmons thing out.
Yeah, I was worried that was going to be like a whole season-long thing.
Yeah. I was actually surprised because I figured they would drag it out.
Yeah.
And whatnot. Oh, spoilers, by the way, guys.
Yeah, we're going to talk a little bit of spoilers, just because they're not very major, I should say.
But I mean, if you're watching this review, you should know already that we just spoil the shit out of everything.
Oh yeah. Well, because then there's no discussion if we don't spoil shit. It's just like, yeah, that one guy got things. Yeah.
Somebody got saved because they were in trouble, and but we can't really say who it is because we don't want to spoil it for you guys.
5 out of 5. Bye. I thought this episode was pretty good. I'm kind of bummed that we didn't get to see more of the Inhumans, but it was good seeing a lot of the main cast kind of get reintroduced with May, who I really am ambivalent towards her character, but it was nice that she got some kind of development this time.
Yes, exactly. I'm not the biggest fan of Melinda May. I stated why in the last episode, but I'm glad they seem to be giving her, I guess, some personality.
Yeah. And giving her some kind of background. Because before we only had, one episode, and that was just to explain where she got her code name.
Yeah.
And, the whole rest of her life is a complete blur. So, it was nice getting a little peek. And also, casting the stereotype Asian guy who's in everything.
Yeah.
That man is in, every cartoon you've ever seen, every movie with an Asian cast in it. Big Trouble in Little China.
Was he in the Hangover?
Well, no, you got me there. That was a different guy. That's the new
the new Asian guy.
Yeah, the new Asian guy, yeah.
The guy from Community.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
Right. Yeah. Yeah,
this is the guy who's been around for decades.
Yeah, that's gonna be him in 30, 40 years. He's gonna be the old guy with the fishing hat,
Yeah.
Well, how are you doing today?
Oh, that's horrible. That's horrible.
Alrighty.
Okay, let's move on from that. Simmons, we got to see her get rescued by Fitz, who, through a pretty complex chain of events, he was able to save her. I mean, having to get an Asgardian god or whatever to help them go to a castle to find a secret spot to take him into the other world to save her and pull her back.
Yeah.
Yeah, the episode, I believe, started out with the setting of the 1800s or whatever, or 1500s possibly. I think it was 1800s. Anyway, specific time where they were wearing different clothes than what we wear now.
Well, they quoted 1855
okay.
in the episode.
Cool.
So yeah, I would say mid 1800s, around the Civil War era in America.
Yeah. So they provided some kind of background that this has been going on for generations. How they've been kind of using this as a testing ground to send people in and see if they can get back. And of course they're all no one has ever come back, and we get Simmons coming back at the end of the episode, which is definitely a nice payoff.
Supernatural.
It's supernatural.
Ooh, it's mysterious.
Yeah. We still don't know a whole lot about it.
I really liked how they it's interesting to see that they're not going to play off this the whole season, as I was saying earlier, because the portal was destroyed.
Yeah.
And I really like how they tied it in where it infected Sky, and because when they opened it the first time, she her head almost popped open. And so I really liked how they tied that in. It kind of infected Inhumans, and I wonder if we're going to kind of see more devices more alien devices, maybe Kree, maybe not, that affect Inhumans down the road.
Oh yeah, undoubtedly. I feel like that's probably going to happen a lot. And with Peter McNichol's character, who reappears in this episode, who was, I believe, from season 1, he does bring up, like, when they mentioned the name Inhumans, like, oh, I haven't heard that name in a long time. So that implies that, you know, that they're a galaxy-wide threat, it seems like. Or at least they've been around long enough that other races know about them. So I can see a lot of other weapons being introduced. And, hey, maybe we'll actually get, I don't know, a Kree in the series.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it was definitely a good episode, I thought. I thought, you know, the main cast was fine. It feels more like an episode that's being used to sort of reintroduce the status quo in a way, because the first episode is all about introducing everything that's going to be in this season, where this episode is supposed to, you know, return everything to where it was, so then you can put them in the whole inhuman situation going on. So overall, it was a good episode. I don't think it was as strong as the premiere. I don't think it needed to be, but it was an entertaining episode.
Yeah. And I mean, again, I think you know, we kind of dissect, I guess, what happened in the episode. You know, of course, the Simmons thing was the big thing. You know, the Bobby Hunter stuff is still kind of meh. Which I would assume Marvel is going to start building upon that, especially if they're going to give them their own, for crying out loud, TV show.
Yeah.
Pretty soon.
They're probably going to get a little bit more build up in the show, and then, you know, end of the season they leave.
Yeah. Which, you know, I like Hunter. Not a fan of Mockingbird's character right now. I don't mind the actress. I just think they're using her poorly in the TV show.
She's there to be pouty.
Yeah.
It's there to introduce extra conflict, I guess, on top of everything. She's going to become the Felicity of the show.
Yeah, oh God. Yeah, don't even. We'll get to that later.
Next review.
And yeah, our Arrow review.
Yeah.
And then you have the whole the other side of the coin, the whole Hydra thing with Baby Von Strucker.
That's right. I actually completely forgot about that section. That's right.
Yeah.
That's actually a cool part of it too.
Yeah, I had no clue where this was going to when they started off with the, you know, I completely forgot about this character in the comics and just, like, you know, it just, you know, kind of threw me for a loop. And so I was actually pleasantly surprised with it. You know, I was thinking, oh, it's some rich guy. They're gonna, like, you know, he's nobody. They're just gonna take his money away from him and make him do slave work. And he beat the shit out of that one guy, and then Ford was like, hey, you know, your dad was blah blah blah, he'd be proud. And I was like, holy shit.
I like how they acknowledge in the show, like, how pointless Von Strucker's death was in Age of Ultron.
Yeah,
he died rather unremarkably.
Yeah.
I liked the kid that they got to play Strucker's son. It's the kid from if you've ever seen Unbreakable or Gladiator. He's like the kid in those movies, the wide blue-eyed
Unbreakable.
Kid.
From the Bruce Willis and Samuel Jackson movie?
Yeah, the only other good M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Okay, I know you're talking about now.
Yeah. So he did a good job so far from what we've seen, and I like what they imply with near the end of the episode where he's was it May's husband or ex-husband that he was about to be a student of or whatever? At the end, where he's like, you know, people only study psychology because their families are fucked up, you know.
May's ex-husband, the
black guy,
the psychiatrist.
Yeah.
I was actually going to say psychiatrist, but, you know, if you want to go there.
Well, listen, it's easier to identify people.
No, you're good. I made the Asian reference earlier, so
it's just
I've
fucking throw the whole entire fucking kitchen in there. So it was a very good episode. I quite enjoyed it. Not as strong as the first one, but decent. Got the job done, and I'm really excited for next week's just because of the little teaser we saw. We get more of the Inhuman stuff and more of that secret government agency in it, so I'm excited to see more of that. So any last thoughts before we sign off?
And more Fitzsimmons. I love Fitzsimmons.
Yes, that will be a welcome return.
I think Simmons' character is like one of the best. Both of those characters are just great, and they feed off each other, and it's just so well done throughout the series. And I think that's kind of a point that a lot of people, I think, kind of look over with those two characters. Yeah, because they really are brilliant.
Definitely, I really enjoy them. And that's probably, that was like my favorite part about the first season, at least, was that interaction, because it was like, it wasn't really there in the second season. So it'll be nice to see that come back again. So
I can't. I think that's it. I don't. Yeah. If we're forgetting something,
I think we've kind of covered everything here.
It was a pretty straightforward episode, but it was good. You know, as you said, it needed to be better than the first one, because it was a really, really solid episode. Season is starting off much better than any of the other previous seasons.
Yeah, definitely.
So I definitely have a lot of faith in the show going forward. My expectations are probably as high as they were before the show started. So hopefully, don't let me down, Marvel.
We believe in you. Come on.
Here's the question, and I did. My wife actually asked me this last night, and we might not know off the top of our heads, but is Joss Whedon? He left Marvel, correct?
Yeah, basically.
He doesn't do anything with the show anymore because he was the one who created it?
He created it, but I think he really only had heavy influence on like the first episode.
Okay.
And then he kind of just, twiddled off, and I think he left it to his brother to take care of.
Okay. Yeah. I wonder how yeah.
Well, we don't know because he's fucking exiled himself from everywhere, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's just curious because a lot of people who create TV shows, often come back and, do like mid-season finales or season finales, or have some port in it. So
I feel like if that does happen, we'll get like a bigger news story about it. But I haven't seen him have a directing credit or anything really for it recently in a long time. So I think he's basically done.
Yeah, if you know for sure, leave insightful response in the comments below.
Yes, please do. Let us know if we're being idiots, which is always possible.
Oh, it's highly probable.
Yeah. I like to think that when Joss Whedon does resurface in the media, it's like they found him like hiding out in the forest, and he's got like a long ginger beard.
He was on the island that Oliver was.
Yeah, exactly. He was off on you. All right, everyone. This has been the Comic Couch Review. We've been talking about a new episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I think we've said everything we need to say, so we will see you guys for the next review. Please check out our other reviews that are coming soon for Gotham, Flash, and Arrow. Hope to see you guys there, and goodbye.
Later.